afternoon, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of today's program, Arab Affairs, where we shed light on the most salient events in the Arab world. I'm Lamia Abdel, and we will start right away from Syria. Syrian new authorities said that Syria wants to contribute to regional peace after a meeting between leader Ahmad al-Shara and a U.S. diplomatic delegation. We have the details.
Syrian new authorities said Syria wants to contribute to regional peace after a meeting between leader Ahmad al-Shara and the U.S. diplomatic delegation. The statement said that the Syrian side indicated that the Syrian people stand at an equal distance from all countries and parties in the region, and that Syria rejects any polarization. It said the new authorities wanted to affirm Syria's role in promoting regional peace and building privileged strategic partnerships with countries in the region. A Syrian official had previously told reporters that the meeting between al-Shara, known previously by his nom de guerre Abu Muhammad al-Gulani, and the U.S. delegation led by Barbara Leaf, head of the Middle East at the State Department, was positive. Al-Shara, the leader of the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham HTS group that seized power in Damascus, was previously the target of U.S. sanctions. But after the first formal contact in Damascus on Friday, Washington announced it had dropped the bounty for his arrest. Leaf told reporters that she told the new Syrian leader of the critical need to ensure that terrorist groups cannot pose a threat inside Syria or outside, including to the United States and U.S. partners in the region. She said he committed doing so, adding he had appeared to her as pragmatic. HTS, which leads the victorious coalition of armed groups in Damascus, claims to have broken with extremism and has sought to reassure people of its ability to revive the country after nearly 14 years of civil war. France, Germany, Britain and United Nations have also sent emissaries to Damascus in recent days to establish contacts with the new authorities. The West is wary of the risk of fragmentation of the country and the resurgence of the terrorist group Daesh, which has never been completely eradicated there.
Welcome back, dear viewers. You are still watching Arab Affairs, and we are still discussing the Syrian file. And to shed more light on this issue, we are delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Rahman, the journalist. Good afternoon, sir.
Well, good afternoon to you. Hello to you and the dear viewers.
You're welcome, sir. So, what are the most important topics or issues discussed in the meeting between the Syrian leader, Shara, and the U.S. delegation?
I believe that the scene in Syria right now is confused whether to go with the mainstream that the UN and the EU and the US and other powers has drawn or started supporting the product of the Qaeda terroristic group to be a leader in Syria, or take a stand against that situation, conserving and preserving our own national security in Egypt and our own international security as Arabs in the Arabic East. Each one of us, all the references shows that man has a terroristic presence as well as terroristic past. What's so-called Al-Shara, what's so-called Al-Julani, what's so-called the Syrian Liberation Organization has history against our own army in Egypt. Those are the very same terrorist groups that we have fought in Sinai and we have conquered in Sinai. So I don't believe that dealing with such escalation should be that easy, taking it for granted that the US and Israel and Iran and Turkey and Russia and the US taking that leader of the Al-Qaeda terroristic group that has changed names all over time as a leader of Syria. Also, I might just add here that what's so-called Ahmed al-Shara, what's so-called Abu Muhammad al-Julani, he is an Israeli named by Arabic names. It's called Nathan Izvi David,
but,
as well as...
Mr. Amr, amidst the current situation, how can, the best way out of the current situation in Syria, how can it be avoided? How can we ensure that the terrorist groups they are not posing a threat to Syria, and how can we avoid fragmentation of the country?
Well, this is a very important question. This is the question of the hour. How to get out of that trap? The international the world system, the world regime, the world order is pressing towards recognizing a terroristic group as a leader or as a ruler for Syria. The same situation that we have witnessed in Egypt when we have casted away a terroristic group that has ruled Egypt for 1 year, for 1 black year in our own history, and we have cleared the name of Egypt and the face of Egypt of such a terroristic group. The same thing is going on in Syria right now, and I believe that we should deal with that terroristic face, that terroristic mask, with the same way that we have dealt with the non-Muslim Brotherhood group when it has taken over rulership in Egypt. We should never deal with this regime as a legitimate regime. This is a terroristic group. This is Al-Qaeda organization, for God's sake. His name is Nathan Izvi David, as well as Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. He is Simon Elliott, one of the Mossad officers, as well as Abu Hafs in Libya, one of the leaders of ISIS or the Al-Qaeda group. He was David Ibrahim. They are all products for the Mossad and other projects that was established in the 60s and the 50s of the past century. It's called Ulysses. So we are dealing with products of the Mossad. We are dealing with the same products that we have fought and conquered in Sinai, and the same person who has murdered with cold-blooded our own soldiers, the best soldiers on earth. The situation is critical, I know, but historical stands only can emerge in such historical situations. I believe in the leadership of Egypt will contain the danger. We must also remember something very important here. The Syrian army that is totally destroyed without one bullet launched by the terroristic group in Syria, that Israel has eliminated the whole Syrian army. That army called the First Arab Army. In Egypt we have the Second and the Third Army. This is our national security that is under fire, and that is our own national security is under siege. And I believe that we will take what it takes to contain that danger. I don't believe in the smiles and the diplomatic situations that takes the stand right now, but I believe in Egypt, the strongest army in the region. I believe the strongest economy, I believe the strongest leaders in the region to take over the stand and throw away such terroristic groups and eliminate that danger. We can never negotiate with a terrorist. This is a rule that
Mr.
Egypt...
I hope the Syrian state will achieve stability and integrity in whatever ways, okay, they see possible, or okay, according to the will of people. So, Mr. Amr, in your opinion, what's the importance of the role of the Western community or the world community in establishing contacts with the Syrian administration or the new Syrian administration?
Oh, I believe that the Western alliance is behind creating that terroristic regime in Syria. It goes without saying. From the first moment, they have supported that. The army that has invaded Syria in no time, in a matter of week, has invaded all of Syria with the support of the Americans, with the support of the British intelligence, with the support of the Turkish intelligence, and with and of course with allowing all that invasion by the Russian intelligence. So we are dealing with a whole world attack against our own national security as Arabs. It's a critical situation. I'm sure that this moment creates the true situation, the true historical situation against such threat in our own territory, our own region, our own land on the Arabic hand. We are witnessing the assault against Syria, as well as we are witnessing the assault against Gaza Strip, which is right now under occupation. We are witnessing that the bigger Israel, what's so called bigger Israel, it's expanding all the borders, and influence all the way to Euphrates River. How can we stand this? How can we accept that?
Mr. Amr, how do you assess or how do you view the Egyptian balanced situation towards Syria?
Egypt now is dealing with fire, dealing with true fire, and we are doing the best. We can never neglect that situation only created weeks ago. So it's early to say what we will do, what we can do, and we can do a lot as a leadership of this country, as an army of this country, as our own soft powers, our own diplomatic powers, our own intelligence power, we can do a lot. We have lots of cards to play. We can shake hands with some of our own enemies, but that doesn't mean we are changing our own situation. As the main guardian for the Arabic East, the main guardian, as Mr. President Abdel Fattah Sisi has mentioned once and twice and more. It's a matter of distance that we cut to preserve and to protect the national security of the Arabic region.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amr Abdel Rahman, the journalist. Dear viewers, we will have a short break and we'll be right back.